When you hear the word cyborg, you probably think of something from science fiction. Humans fused with machines, metal limbs, glowing eyes, wires running under synthetic skin. But what if I told you that you are already a cyborg? Not in the way Hollywood shows you. Not with mechanical arms or implanted chips. The transformation has already happened. You just haven't seen it yet. You are fused with machines. The difference is the wires are invisible. Every morning, before you even talk to another human being, you reach for a device. Your phone, your smartwatch, your headphones. That device tells you what time it is, what the weather is like, who's calling, what the news is. But it does more than that. It mediates your perception of reality. Think about it. Do you remember phone numbers anymore? No, you don't have to. Google remembers for you. Maps? You no longer rely on your own sense of direction. You trust your GPS blindly, following the blue dot on the screen like it's the gospel truth. Even your emotions are influenced by machines. AI-generated playlists predict your mood and try to steer it. Notifications buzz in, nudging your attention this way and that. These are not mere tools. They have become extensions of your nervous system. You have outsourced parts of your mind, memory, navigation, even emotional regulation, to machines. This isn't science fiction. It's happening right now. You believe you are making choices freely. But what if those choices are shaped? What if every notification, every suggested video, every ad you scroll past is designed not by accident, but with intention? Algorithms learn your habits, your fears, your desires, not to help you, but to predict you. And once you become predictable, you become controllable. This control is silent, invisible. You don't feel the strings pulling you. Technology has stopped being outside you. It has become an internal feedback loop, constantly reshaping your thoughts, your feelings, your reality. Every click you make feeds data into a system that curates your experience, fine-tuning it to keep you engaged, to keep you consuming. You think you're in control, but the system is pulling the strings. Your reality is curated not by your own mind, but by algorithms designed to keep you hooked. This invisible wiring changes how you think, how you behave, how you see the world. Try to imagine the consequences. If your attention is a resource, who controls it? If your emotions can be predicted and manipulated, who holds that power? If your habits can be changed subtly over time without you noticing, who is driving those changes? You might feel free. You might think you have choices. But in reality, you have been wired to a machine that knows you better than you know yourself. The scary part isn't just that machines control you, but that you don't realize it. You don't see the wires because they're invisible. You don't feel the control because it's gentle, polite, seamless. And that's the most effective form of control. When it feels natural, we call it progress, convenience, connection. Every new dependency on technology is another wire. Every small task you delegate to a machine is another piece of your autonomy traded away. What skills have you lost? What instincts have dulled? Can you remember a time before you relied on GPS? Before your phone was your constant companion? Can you imagine a day without your device? Try it. Leave your phone at home tomorrow. You'll feel phantom vibrations in your pocket. Anxiety will creep in. You'll be disoriented. That feeling isn't withdrawal from a gadget. It's the sensation of removing a prosthetic limb that your brain has come to depend on. You have integrated the machine so deeply that it feels like losing a part of yourself. But this story isn't just about devices or convenience. It's about how technology is changing what it means to be human. Not with robots taking over the world, but with a quiet transformation of our bodies and minds. Think about it. Humans have always used tools to extend their abilities. From the first stone tools to the wheel, to the printing press, and now to digital technology. Each tool changed us. Each innovation altered how we think, act, and relate to the world. Today, that evolution is accelerating. Machines are not just tools anymore. They are becoming parts of us, extensions of our bodies and minds. Medical implants like pacemakers and cochlear implants restore function and save lives. Prosthetics now connect directly to nerves, allowing users to control artificial limbs with their thoughts. Neural implants can help treat diseases, or even enhance cognitive function. This is no longer science fiction. It's happening now. Imagine a future where memory implants expand our recall, where brain-computer interfaces allow us to communicate instantly without speech, where augmented reality layers digital information onto the world around us. But these advances come with questions. What happens to identity when our minds are linked to machines? What happens to privacy when our thoughts can be accessed or influenced? How much of you remains when parts of your cognition are outsourced to technology? Already we depend on machines to guide us through daily life. GPS navigation replaced internal maps in our brains. Calculators and computers handle complex math. Even our senses are augmented. Night vision goggles, exoskeletons enhancing strength. The human body is merging with technology in a profound way. This fusion is irreversible. We are becoming cyborgs, but not the cyborgs of fiction, with metal limbs and glowing eyes. Rather, cyborgs of data, interfaces, and subtle augmentation. Your smartphone might not be implanted in your arm, but it is part of your extended self. It connects you to a digital world constantly shaping your perception. But let's look deeper. What about the machines inside us? Medical devices monitoring heartbeats, insulin pumps regulating blood sugar, neurostimulators easing chronic pain. These machines don't just assist, they integrate, and integration changes us. When a device helps regulate your mood or brain activity, where does you end and the machine begin? If an implant can improve memory or focus, is that enhancement part of your identity? The philosophical questions become urgent. And then there is the ethical dimension. Who controls the data these devices produce? Who decides how they are used? What if implants become a means of control, surveillance, or coercion? Imagine governments or corporations having access to your neural data, access to your thoughts, your impulses, your emotions. The boundaries between body, mind, and machine start to dissolve, and with them, the boundaries between freedom and control. The cyborg future is not just technical, it's political. It's about power and autonomy, and it's already here. We live in a world where wearable tech tracks everything from steps to sleep to stress levels. Devices alert us, regulate us, and sometimes even anticipate our needs before we realize them ourselves. Is this progress or a loss of self? Consider the evolution of AI assistants, from simple voice commands to anticipatory agents that act on your behalf. They make life easier, but they also shape your choices. The future of human-machine fusion will blur lines even further. Brain-computer interfaces could let you control machines with your thoughts. You might download knowledge directly to your brain someday, but at what cost? What happens when your brain is connected to networks beyond your control? What happens to privacy, consent, and individuality? These questions are not distant, they are urgent, and they require awareness. Because the more we integrate with machines, the more critical it becomes to understand the trade-offs, to decide what wires we accept and which ones we reject. The dark future is not robots marching in. It's a gradual loss of autonomy, a quiet erosion of what makes us human. A future where your thoughts, feelings, and actions are influenced, sometimes shaped, by technology inside you. But it's also a future of possibility. Technology can enhance human potential in incredible ways. It can heal, restore, and empower. It can connect us beyond physical limits. The question is, how will we shape that future? Will we remain masters of our technology? Or will we become its servants? The wires are invisible, the controls subtle, but the choice is yours. You are already a cyborg, wired to machines in body and mind. And the future depends on how you choose to use that power.